are live from the 2025 MLB winter meetings. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to the chat. I got my friend Hector going to be joining us from Uptown Sports, Latino Sports. He'll be joining us in a little bit. He's live reporting at the winter meetings and give us the latest update on what's going on. And we'll keep you fed in every day through Thursday until the winter meetings are over. So shout out to everybody in the chat. There's a couple things I want to go over. We'll preview the winter meetings. And Brian Cashman was part of the MLB Network earlier. He said a couple things, and then he joined the hot stove earlier. And some of the things, and by the way, congratulations to Jeff Kent on making the Hall of Fame. He got 14 out of the required 12 votes. Don Mattingly got 6, so he fell short. And so did Dale Murphy. So Ross Delgado got 9, and everybody else fell short, under 5. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and so many other guys. So. And I'm hoping one of these years Don Mattingly gets in. I really do. He's a Hall of Famer in my book, no doubt about it. So, but Council Yeti, there he is. Shout out to everybody in here. So they're not going to run it back. I can tell you right now, they're not going to run it back. CWA. Okay. So a couple things that Brian Cashman, pointed out. And again, he's not going to leak to the MLB Network. He's not going to leak to the hot stove. We know this already. So there's a couple things that. He mentioned, he's happy with the rotation, but then he compared it to the rotations of yesteryear. But he also mentioned that he's already spoken to Scott Boras about Tatsuya Mai. We know that they're active in on their side, and I don't think they're going to make any pitching decisions of a starting pitching nature until Tatsuya Mai is decided upon, right? Whether he's going to come here to the Yankees or somewhere else, then they'll pivot really quickly. He did say also that they're very likely going to import from outside the organization for the bullpen. Much as he'd like to promote from within, he says more likely they're going to import from the outside. So something to keep in mind as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they make some bullpen moves this week as well. So that's what he said on the MLB Network today, a little while ago, actually. So those are some of probably the more revealing. They are in on MI. They've been on in MI for a while now, but it's 100%. It's 100%. So, and I don't know why people think they're not on them, not in on them. No. Now, there's some chatter earlier, and I'll wait until Hector to come. And shout out to everybody in here. Let's get the lights up too. Get the likes up. We got 140 people in here. Let's try to blast to 100 likes as quickly as we possibly can. There's some chatter earlier, live at the winter meetings, confirmed by Jack Curry and some of the other folks that the Yankees are trying to finalize a trade in the next 24 to 48 hours. I'll wait until Hector comes on to see if he has any more updated intel on it before we even announce it, because it hasn't happened yet. Okay. It is. Cashman did say it's real. He confirmed that it's real. Okay. Jack Curry doesn't work for the Yankees. He doesn't work for the front office. Okay. Imai is the priority. If Imai doesn't happen, then they might trade for a starter, but it's Imai first before everybody else. So, and with the money they have coming off the books in the next several years, how Steinbrenner might be willing to take the temporary hit this year, a temporary elevated payroll for more relief over the next couple of years. So it's just something I would keep an eye on. Okay, and again, keep in mind too that if a deal doesn't happen or multiple deals don't happen this week, there's still 2 months left of the offseason. It doesn't mean the offseason work is over. Okay, this could be the platform for other things moving forward. So, but Imai is priority number 1 for the starting rotation. Okay, he is the first priority. And again, he's in the middle of his posting window right now, so they're going to wait to make any pitching decisions until they figure out what's going on with Imai. That's obvious. Now they could still make bullpen moves, right? Yeah, Fran Valdez met with he's met the ball, and I'll give you a couple of I want to give you a couple predictions while I'm up here, and smash the like button while you're at. Let's try to blast through. Get as many likes as we possibly can here, gang. Yeah, man, NFE's in the building. Ken from The Ugly Truth's in the house. Make sure you subscribe to the Strike Zone and The Ugly Truth. Please make sure you do that. Great content creators. They're meeting. Brian Cashman's meeting with Casey Close, who's the agent for Kyle Tucker. He's going to be thorough. He's going to do his due diligence, and he will present. And he said he'll present any opportunity they get that looks reasonable to them to Hal. And if Hal approves it, he approves it. Right now, what we're hearing is that Scott Boras is at 7 to 8 years for Cody Bellinger. The Yankees are not there. We also heard a little while ago that the Pittsburgh Pirates have made a 4-year offer to Kyle Schwarber for over $100 million. So there's that as well. And so it's going to be pretty active. I mean, I don't know who gets signed this week, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. We have a couple of my predictions that the Pirates will add a bat. Whether it's Schwarber, if it's not Schwarber, I think it's going to be somebody like Eugenio Suarez. No, the Yankees are not doing 7, 8 years. That's what Boras, and Boras is always going to come through the moon, right? Cashman's going to come at the clouds, and they're going to have to compromise somewhere in between. My guess is that in the end of the day, Bellinger does get 5 or 6 years from somebody. Maz is in the building. What's up, brother? That's prediction 1. Prediction 2 is I think the Orioles are going to add an arm, a starting pitcher. My guess is it would be probably somebody like Mackenzie Gore from the Nationals. Complete defense in the big leagues right now, but he's still developing. Yeah. You know who has a more advanced offensive skill set than George Lombard right now? Dax Kilby, who was the Yankees' first-round draft pick this past year out of high school. He's already his skill set is a high college skill set, and they already said he could surpass Lombard as the number 1 prospect this coming year. So he's somebody I would keep in mind. I would keep an eye on it, and I'll keep you fed in on everybody, right? There is a more than a decent chance that Donovan's traded to the Yankees. More than a decent chance. So, again, I don't know if it would be with JoJo Romero, with somebody like Wilson Contreras, who's a right-handed hitting catcher who could provide a right-handed complement to Austin Wells behind the dish. So we don't know, right? The Mets, yeah, they could give it, but I don't think his swing is tailor-made for the Citi Field. At the end of the day, I don't think he's going to be a Met. Yeah, Hector's going to be on in a little while. He is live at the winter meetings right now, Wink. He'll come in on a little while. Yep, and we'll get some more intel from Hector when he's there. So, we'll see what Hector says. We already got corroboration from Mr. Curry and some of the other folks that they are pushing to finalize the trade. So that's what we're hearing right now, live tonight. And again, it might take a day. It might take a day. Yeah. Well, the problem with that is that Curry doesn't have the same feeling that Brian Cashman does. Cashman doesn't feed Curry intel. He's already made it clear that Tatsuya Mai is priority number 1. To Cashman, and I trust Cashman more than I do. I like Curry, but I trust Cashman more. Okay, it's his job to know more than Jack Curry. Coach Carl, congratulations on NXN, man. Another great job. Best high school cross country coach in the country, right here, Coach Carl, my man. Once Hector comes on, we'll get some more intel on the trade. Right. Yeah, I mean, what's the thing? Well, Donovan came here. I don't think he would play shortstop. Caballero plays shortstop. Donovan would play multiple positions. But he'll play a little bit of shortstop too, probably. Yeah. But in my priority number 1 with the starting rotation. We got almost 200 people in here, guys. Smack the like button, please. Let's get the likes. Try to get to 200 likes if we can. Donovan can play the outfield. And I've talked about this before. I'm not sure if it was a big misstep because it's not going to interfere with their ability to add players. And who would have been better for center field than Trent Grisham this year? Well, exactly, NFA. Hal and Cashman say exactly. They're saying the opposite of what Curry's saying. That's why I trust Hal and Cashman more. Okay? They're trying to. They're pushing to. They're pushing to finalize the trade. So, and again, some other I have another prediction to it. Not only the Orioles, I don't know. I think Munetaka Murakami picks a team this week. Where, I don't know, but I think he's going to decide. He's on the back end. His posting window closes December 22nd, a little over a week. So, Ace is in the building. What's up, brother? We got the Horsemen up in here. Mazza, we got Aces in here too, man. We got the Ugly Truth. We got the NFE. Man, we got the whole crew up in here. Dolos Garcia, he is right-handed, and he's a free agent. Yep. No, I don't think they trade. There's no point in trading Jazz. No, it doesn't make any sense. You add Donovan to Jazz. You don't replace him with Jazz. You don't replace Jazz with him. All right. Yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, indeed. If they did a my Donovan and Bellinger, that would be a nice, nice off season. A really nice off season, guys. And again, let's see. Let's see if we got anything else coming on right now. All right, there's going to be on in about 10, 15 minutes. Well, I know Dominguez is being shopped. He had some high praise for Dominguez, and again, that could be a smokescreen too, right? And Brian Cashman's not going to badmouth his players. We know that. So we had almost 80 likes for him. We got 200 people in here. Keep smacking that thumbs up, gang. Jazz is in his third year. He is in his third year. In his final year, excuse me. Pete Alonso, don't sleep on the Red Sox either. He can sign with the Red Sox. I know they're in talks with the Boston Red Sox. So I'm going to wait for Hector to come on before we talk about the trade that they're pushing for. Pushing and trying to finalize. I want to see if he has any more intel on it since he's there live. The Blue Jays signed Tucker, and then they signed Tucker. We ain't cooked. No, we're not cooked. Jarvis, what's going on, brother? Everything is good over here, man. Same to you, bro. Hope you're same for you. I said I'm going to wait for Hector to come on before we talk about the trade they're trying to finalize. Yeah, the Pirates made a 4-year offer for $100+ million for Kyle Schwarber, if you haven't heard. Alonso's not, I highly doubt he's coming to the Yankees. He's not a fit here. Don't matter. If they get Tucker, then they're going to lose Bo. If they get Tucker, they'll lose Bo. So just keep that in mind too. Right? And some other things here. So, some things I do think the Yankees I do think Donovan and likely Joe Romero get traded this week. I do think that happens. And there's a couple of relievers I would keep an eye out for the Yankees. And I do think they're going to be aggressive this week. And Brian Cashman said they're going to look for outside the organization tonight to bring in to the bullpen to add to what they have already. Two guys I would look at, Adrian Morejon and Jeremiah Estrada from the Padres, right? Two guys with controllable years. Also Reed Detmers, we talked about him as well from the Angels. Yeah, Hector's coming a little bit. He said he's going to be in 10 to 15 minutes. And there's a couple of right-handed bats I would keep an eye out for too. McMahon, appreciate the generosity, man. I appreciate that, McMahon. Thank you very much. Appreciate the generosity, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know if the Red Sox will sign Bo Bichette. I could see them signing Pete Alonso more than Bo Bichette. So, he's coming on a little bit. He's got to be patient. And some right-handed bats I would keep an eye out for. Nico Horner from the Cubs. He hits .369 versus lefties. He can play multiple infield positions. And again, apparently he's on the market. Alec Bohm from the Phillies, too. He hits .290 versus lefties and versus righties. He has probably the most balanced offensive attack on either side. Okay. He's got 1 year of control left. He could also provide protection at first base and DH because we know we're going to lose Stanton probably for 50 games. So he's a right-handed bat with some power. And obviously Kazuma Okamoto. And again, we got 101 likes. All right, keep smacking that thumbs up, everybody. Let's try to get to 200 if we can. And I thank you for it. I really appreciate it. No, I don't see them trading for Tatis. Not at the price. Nah. Not at the ridiculous asking price that people are suggesting. There's no way. There's no way. Tatis might be nice, but if you look at his contract, the next 6 years is 24. No, excuse me, the next 4 years, 24 million. The last 6 years, he's 36 million. So think about that. At the end of his contract, 36 million. The last 6 years, 216 million. Nico Horner, that's a good question, Coach Carl. I'll tell you right now. Nico Horner is 28 years old. 28 years old. Where would you play Ketel Marte? Gregory Soto could be an option for the bullpen. A lefty guy who throws, he can locate, he can throw some good heat, got good stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in Gregory Soto. That I would not be surprised. Dominguez for Quan makes sense, yes. Dominguez for Quan makes sense. I think, honestly, to me, I think there's three options. Door number one is Bellinger. Door number two is Tucker. Door number three is Donovan and Okamoto. Because they can play infield and outfield. It gives the Yankees so much more versatility and flexibility than Bellinger does, than Tucker does. And for a heck of a lot less, too. And again, you can spend less and not sacrifice productivity, right? Just because they may get somebody for less doesn't mean they're going to lose productivity. Just keep that in mind. The expensive player doesn't guarantee more success. Doesn't always guarantee that. Horner is young. He's 28. And he bats almost 370 versus lefties. So that's another option. No, I don't think the Yankees trade Wells. No. Tatis is underpaid? Okay. Shortstop or DH. Stanton's going to be DHing. I mean, if Jazz, but who would you trade for Marte? Some of the asking prices are insane. Some people are saying Jones and Lombard, and like, are you nuts? He's almost 32 years old. I mean, what are we talking about here? Right-handed backup catcher. There's another one here too. He's a switch hitting catcher. Victor Caratini. He's also a switch hitting catcher who can hit from the righty side, obviously, and give another option because they are shopping J.C. Escara. Don't be surprised if Escara is traded this week. I don't think Austin Wells gets traded now. The prices are super high. We have to wait for the price to go down. And we know this already. The prices in free agency are super high for relief pitchers as well as starting pitchers. So they're going to be just as high as in trades. So we have to dial it back and wait and see. And again, we are in the middle of the posting window for Tetsuya Mai, so there's nothing we can do. He has to come here to the States, meet with teams, and he's going to do that in the next couple of days, actually. So just have to wait and see. He's got all the chips right now, right? Yes, we're keeping McMahon. We're not trading McMahon. I don't understand why people keep saying we trade McMahon. That makes zero sense in the world. No, McMahon's not going to get traded. They just brought him here. He stabilized the defense. He's not going to be traded. Yeah. McMahon isn't good at hitting. He's better than hitting than folks think you are. Than folks think he is. His glove is lights out, exactly. And he was one of the few guys to hit in the postseason. Hill as is, he can be traded. in my 8 years. I don't think it's going to cost that much for in my. No, not yet. But I could see the Yankees, in any trade that the Yankees make, if they make any this week, they're probably going to try to, if they can, add a couple of these guys that are going to be unprotected in the Rule 5 draft, just to try to get value back for them. Zeto's, I don't think Neto's going anywhere from the. I don't think why would the Angels move him? Yeah, Seager too. I mean, Seager misses like 50, 60 games a year. He misses almost the same amount of games as Stanton does. Uh, yeah, no way. They're not trading Ryan McMahon. I don't know who keeps pushing. Who keeps pushing the trade for McMahon? 114. I think that's going to be low end, but if you can get him for 114, you signed me up for that yesterday. Yeah. Volpe's not being traded. No. If any of those guys, I mean, if a starting pitcher gets traded, it's likely going to be Warren or Hill. If I had to guess, but you're going to have to give to get, right? You're going to have to give to get. So Hill's got a lot of lights out stuff. Warren seems to be a little more durable than Hill, but unfortunately, that's probably going to, if you're going to trade for Brennan Donovan, let's just say, then they are looking for pitching. So very likely, it's going to be Hill or Donovan or somebody like Carlos LaGrange, right? I haven't seen Welcome to Derek. Should I see it, Ace? Should I see it? Break. Yeah. Tucker. That's not happening. Tucker and Demai. I'd be shocked. I'll mark Tucker and Marte. There's no way. Where are you going to play Marte again? And Tucker? Where would you play both of them? My guess is Volpe may not be the starter in a couple years. Watch out for Dax Kilby. Just watch out for Dax Kilby. Welcome to Derry, huh? It's a horror movie? Let's go, baby. I'll take a look at it, Ace. I'm always up for horror. I'm always up for horrors. He was just at Toronto's training facility in Sarasota, Florida. So, I mean, you can get Donovan and Horner. I'd be fine with both of those guys. Donovan and Horner, man. And he did say tonight that they're not necessarily married to a left-handed power bat. They don't need to bring in a lefty power bat. So it's a suggestion that they could be open-minded to a Donovan or someone else that's not named Bellinger, not named Tucker, not named Schwarber, right? Ryan McMahon will be fine. Do I think they can get decent? I think they can get well, I think the better option is to get a good reliever with control years. If they can get a Adrian Marjon or like a what's his name, Jeremiah Estrada from the Padres, I would drive Dominguez to San Diego myself. You can get one of those guys for Dominguez. They are looking for a lefty bat. He's better, much better lefty than he is righty. Oh, they're going to make moves. I always feel better about Cashman. He's not going to give up any of his cards. When his talks are a complete opposite of hot stove talks, then I know they're going to do something. All right, people are gassing up this movie here. Welcome to Derry. I got to see this. I got to see this and get back to you, Race. We need to talk about this. Let's go. Yeah, well, apparently the Yankees are kind of at 4, maybe 5 for Bellinger. So I could see Amai. I could see Bellinger. I could see Donovan. Apparently the Twins are not going to be trading either Ryan or what's his name? The Buxton or Pablo Lopez. Apparently, that's what we're seeing. And we got my main man Hector, champ,
What's
Morning Brew Sports, live at the winter meetings.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? What's that? What are you hearing out there, man? How's the vibe out there, brother?
First off,
I think you're on mute.
oh yeah, press Siri. The vibe. Oh, I'm on mute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Copy. Sorry about that. I pressed the button. The vibes are cool. It's the first day of the winter meetings. Brian Cashman was there. He spoke to the media. He spoke to MLB Network as well, as probably you touched on it. Um, it's been cool. Former MLB players, Chris Archer was there, Cliff Floyd. It's a lot of heavy hitters there. It's pretty cool. Second year in a row.
Nice, man. And again, Hector's he's gonna be live with all the intel as it comes in, man. Again, I
Mhm.
haven't mentioned yet, and I told him I would wait until you to come on. But have you heard anything additionally to that trade the Yankees might be trying to finalize?
Besides what, because when you had mentioned it to me, I had left my phone like in the back, and I was walking around, and I was ear hustling, and I was hearing Mark Feinstein and a couple of other people talking, and they brought it up, and they brought the Yankees, the Royals. Besides that, and just going online, it seems like the Royals and the Yankees are the two favorites to land Brandon Donovan. And from what I was hearing, it's the Yankees are trying to flip Brian McMahon at the same time so Donovan could be their third baseman.
What? They're trying to move McMahon?
Hmm.
Holy crap! A lot of people are asking, suggesting that the Yankees should trade McMahon right now in
Hmm.
this chat. And we got 250 people in here right now. People want to get rid of McMahon.
Sorry about this. I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten since earlier, so I apologize.
You man.
Eating a protein bar. I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm like Jack Curry. Jack Curry eat the protein bars. We eat the same one.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You gotta be a lean machine, man. So they would flip McMahon to make room for Donovan.
Hmm. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense if the Yankees, quote unquote, are trying to live under that tax threshold, quote unquote, big ass air quotes or whatever. But it kind of makes sense if that's the route they want to go.
Well, and to your point too, what I just said a little bit ago, you can lower the cost of your apparel without sacrificing production.
Pretty much, yeah.
And again, Donovan is good, man. He's legit. He's for real, Brendan Donovan, man. I like Ryan McMahon, but
I think it's a good move. He's very versatile. Like I said, he can play third. Well, he plays third, he plays second. You can put him in any of the outfield spots, left field, right field. And I'm just worried now because not worried. I wouldn't say worried. If a Brandon Donovan trade happens, Jason Dominguez is in it.
well, so I know they're looking for pitching the Cardinals. So
Hmm.
I'm wondering if LaGrange could be in, or Warren, or Hill too.
One of the big three of Lagrange, of
Elmer Rodriguez,
Cruz, and I keep forgetting the last kid's name. I'm always forgetting his name.
Chase Hampton.
Who? Yeah,
Chase,
Hampton.
one of those three guys.
Hmm.
Now let me ask you this: if I don't know if you hear anything, but if they flip McMahon somewhere and bring in Donovan for third base, do you think they could still go after somebody like Okamoto from Japan for left field? Because they still need a left fielder.
The thing with Okamoto playing left field for the Yankees, left field in Yankee Stadium is not the typical left field in Major League Baseball. That's why, especially in years past, the Yankees have a lot of like center fielders that they converted into left fielders just because of like the routes and how big left field is at Yankee Stadium. So you got to ask yourself, do you risk it? Is that a gamble you want to take when it comes to an unproven who's known more for the corner infield spots than the outfield spots?
So who do you think would be an option for left field then, if that's the case?
Uh, eh, Yankee fans want Cody Bellinger back. Yankee fans want Kyle Tucker. When I was at the winter meetings, I texted you earlier. I believe the vibes are Kyle Tucker's going to Toronto. That's the vibes. Kyle Tucker's going to Toronto, and if Kyle Tucker goes to Toronto, the next fish to fall is Pete Alonso. And it comes down to the Mets. Who do the Mets value more, Pete Alonso or Edwin Diaz?
They're gonna get one, but not both, right? That's what I'm
Not
hearing.
both. Hmm.
One or the other.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Here's the thing that's tricky to me because I believe if Pete Alonso signs with the Red Sox, the Mets are going to go out after Cody Bellinger. So if that's the case, why aren't you bringing back both Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso? Something's not adding up.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense.
That's crazy, man.
Hmm. Now, I see somebody in the chat brought up Stephen Kwan,
Quan.
Siciliano. Shout out to Siciliano in the chat. And also shout out to everybody in the building, 272. Hit that like button for my bro Jason161. When it comes to Stephen Kwan, the Dodgers are favored for him. The
Dodgers.
Dodgers, that's the guy that they are targeting is Stephen Kwan. He
Is that why?
solves the
Is that why they're trying to trade Teoscar Hernandez to make room for Quan?
Yeah, they're trying to flip to Teoscar Hernandez so they could trade for Stephen Kwan. But because when you look at it, they have the willingness when it comes to trading their prospects to bring in a superstar or to bring in that big star. And what the Dodgers do well is whenever they see a veteran who like they got the most out of, they can move off of them real quick. So if they decide to Tasker Hernandez, his money is already deferred. So if they try to trade him to another team, they're willing to eat money in order to get off Tasker Hernandez, so they could bring in Stephen Kwan to be their leadoff hitter and left fielder.
Damn. But I think back to the Yankees, if they got, let's just say they move Donovan, they flip McMahon somewhere and bring back Bellinger, they still need a righty bat.
Mm-hmm.
They still need a righty bat. So I wonder who. I mean, people talk about Nico Horner from the Cubs. He's available. He can play multiple positions in the outfield, in the infield. But I also, if the Blue Jays get Tucker, I think they're going to lose Bo.
I
right?
hear that the Blue Jays are waiting to see what happens with Tucker. And it's 50-50 if they sign both Tucker and Bo. You got to remember also, the Rogers Group is the second richest owner group in all of Major League Baseball outside of the Dodgers. So they have the money to spend.
Yes, they do.
And not trying to defend how or trying to like hold water for the organization. But when you look at it, it's in 20. What's it? We're in 2025. George Steinbrenner is not the richest owner of Major League Baseball.
Nope.
That's not the Yankees. That's the Yankees we grew up on. That's not the Yankees that are playing in 2025. Again, not making excuses, because when you have a $300+ million payroll, you should be able to allocate your funds properly to put a proper winning team on the field. Something that I did find interesting. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna do it. That's messy. I'll text you.
All right, cool.
I'm sorry.
Nah. See. Are you you hearing anything about the bullpen pieces for the Yankees? Brian Cashman said they're going to look from the outside the organization for relief pitching tonight.
Outside of what Brian Cashman has said, I haven't heard anything when it comes to the Yankees and bullpen. I when it comes to the Yankees starting rotation, though, two scenarios. One, Imai. If they lose out Imai, Michael King's coming back to the Bronx.
Is he target number one? Imai, that's what I'm hearing. He's number one, right? They're going to wait and see what happens, and then once that's resolved, then they'll do whatever, right?
Yep.
If Imai doesn't happen, Michael King comes back?
Yeah, Michael King's coming back. If Imai doesn't happen, Michael King's coming back.
Wow. Well, Imai's got until January 2nd to decide. So, Murakami's got into like another week and a half to decide. So he'll be. And King does have a qualifying offer. Yeah, he does. But Yankees are also familiar with him too. So, and my guess is Steels. What's good, Steels? Steels in the building.
TC Steels is in the building, my guy.
Yeah, so I'm hearing too. Scott Boras is asking for 7 to 8 years right now for Bellinger. That's the ask, apparently.
I haven't heard anything like that, so I can't confirm that or whatever. But if John Heyman is putting it out there, it's true.
Yo, I got my big time radar on. If they try to get Donovan and flip McMahon in a separate trade, oh man, they would also cut the payroll by like $10 million if they did that.
But that's the thing. If they trade McMahon, one, who's the team that's going to want McMahon's production? Because Ryan McMahon, he's a great glove at third base, but he gave you little to nothing offensively with the New York Yankees.
Mm-hmm. I wonder who that team could be, and the Yankees would have to probably eat a little bit of that money too.
They're definitely going to have to eat some of that money.
Yeah. But again, Donovan would be an upgrade. Donovan would be an upgrade,
Oh, yeah, definitely an upgrade.
and he could be our leadoff hitter too, Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
So that solves like two problems at the same time. Damn. I don't know. Hey, that's a good question. I mean, are they waiting on McMahon to try to finalize? I don't know. I have no idea.
That I don't know. That is what I don't know that. That's what I was thinking at first. But the way that I heard the Yankees are operating, and this is something that Grace and I talked about on the show, so I'm glad that somebody confirmed it today, was that the Yankees are operating as they don't want to make the same mistake they made with Yamamoto. And when it came to Yamamoto, it was like counting your chickens before the eggs hatch. Jumping the gun, with a lot of the chatter that was going around. So they're
Mhm.
very quiet and trying to be like silent assassins when it comes to Imai.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And they didn't have a backup plan to Yamamoto. They went to Stroman after that.
Yeah,
So
which was, and then no shade to Marcus Stroman, but that ain't work out.
no, exactly. So like here, at least you got Michael King as a credible backup here. He's
Mhm.
familiar with New York. He liked New York, so you could do worse than Michael King. And
Now, my dream scenario, this is hypothetical. This is
give it to
me
us.
living in Yankee fan Delulu land. But my dream scenario is the Yankees take all their top prospects and trade for Fernando Tatis.
Oh shit!
That's my dream scenario. It would
Some,
never happen.
some people are asking for that here in here too.
It would never happen. I don't think the Yankees will ever do that, but that's the player that I think would shift the tie for the Yankees back in their favor, not only in the AL East, but in New York when it comes to the Mets.
What do you think it would cost to get Tatis? In all honesty, he's got 10 years left on his deal.
He has 10 years left. The last three or 4 years is when he's making 35, 36 mil. But
No.
by the time we get to that time, that contract will look like a very team-friendly deal. Like he's making 3 million more than Trent Grisham is right now when it comes to his AAV. Um, George Lombard Jr. would probably have to be in that trade. Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez, your top pitching prospects, Bryce Cunningham, Rodriguez Cruz. But what helps the Yankees is that he has a no trade clause, so he gets to dictate where he wants to go.
Would he waive it to come here?
Uh, I'm not friends with Tatis. I can't answer that, but with the Dominican persuasion that's in Washington Heights and in New York City, why not? You will automatically be one. You're teaming up with Aaron Judge, and two, you be the toast of the town. You be the new talk. You'll be like when Reggie Jackson came.
Damn. Do you think if the Yankees were going to give up that much, would the Padres have to eat some money? That's a lot
No,
to give up.
no. Well, I was saying it may cost you some of those pieces, not all of those pieces. But I was saying is that what helps the Yankees when it comes to the trade package is the no trade clause. Him having that no trade clause helps out tremendously because he gets to decide where he wants to go. The Padres, they don't have that much of a leeway. They can't control the conversation. Now, if every team in Major League Baseball was bidding for Fernando Tatis, the Yankees have no chance.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on the teams, or where he wants to go.
Yeah. But could you imagine Cashman going to the house and Hal, look what I got. Let me slip this on the table for you. We can make this trade right now. Just say yes. I'll make the phone
I'll
call.
be stupid not to do it.
Damn.
Something that I realized the other day, Jason, while I was talking with Grace and Ace, and shout out to Grace and Ace, two of the best co-hosts that are out there. Love doing the show with them.
The best.
Judge made his debut in 2016, right?
Yep.
His full rookie year was 2017, right? So for the past 9 years, well, going on 9 years, that Aaron Judge has been a member of the New York Yankees. Do you know how many players on the Yankees have had 100 RBI seasons
Since then,
since then?
1, 2, maybe 3,
Three.
3.
Stanton, his first year, DJ LeMahieu, and then Juan Soto.
Damn.
That's pitiful.
Yeah. And how many is
And
Judge?
and on top of it, they've never had a player in the Aaron Judge era. They haven't had a player not named Aaron Judge have back-to-back 100 RBI seasons.
What does he have? Like 7 of them?
Yeah, I remember growing up on the 2005 Yankees where you had 4, 5, 6 guys with over 100 RBIs.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, you had
It's
A-Rod.
it's 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 the Yankees wasting the prime years of Aaron Judge. It's the Yankees wasting an opportunity to capitalize when you have the best offensive player in all of Major League Baseball.
You
It's
got to get
sad.
so you got to get a big name to rival one because Juan Soto was the biggest name that they brought in since Judge has been here to put in front of or behind Juan Soto. I mean behind Judge, right? You need another name like that. And a lot of people thinking Kyle Tucker's that name. And I don't know if you agree, man. He's not. I like him.
When it comes to Kyle Tucker, he's going to give you great defense. He does everything exceptional.
Mhm.
He's not a superstar, but he does every part of the game is exceptional. If you had to grade it, I would say he's not an A plus in every category. He's a B plus, A minus in every category. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yep. And is that
Now, I would
good?
say Kyle Tucker, and in a real world, Kyle Tucker would be your third best hitter on a championship team.
Third? Yeah.
Third best hitter on a championship team, not just second best hitter on a championship team. He needs to be hitting before Aaron Judge, and there needs to be somebody hitting behind Aaron Judge that are big boppers.
I wonder who. Damn. It's yeah. Who could they put behind Judge right now? Between Judge and Stanton, that's out there that they'd be willing to spend on, right? Like, as I don't think I love Kyle Schwarber. I would rather him than Kyle Tucker, but I don't think Schwarber's going to come here. So, Schwarber, I mean, even be murderer's row, you hit him behind Judge, man. My God. But Tucker,
Hold on, let me fix my screen real quick because it's bothering me. It's getting on it's my OCD. It's getting the best of me.
let me ask you too. Where would you bat Tatis? Would you bat him first or second?
I would bat Tatis before Judge. So
Second.
yeah, I would bat him second.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me turn this off.
At the winter meetings, John, we heard it. It's being talked about at the winter meetings. The Yankees pushing for a Donovan trade, and the Royals are the other team that are pushing for the Donovan trade too.
Mm-hmm.
And Hector's hearing it live at the winter meetings. It's being talked about right now over there.
Yeah, it was crazy because it's like I said, I left my phone in the room while I was walking around, just like ear hustling. I heard Feinstein talking about it, and like first off, all the beat reporters are like really nice. They're really nice, really nice guys. Shout out to Gary Phillips, Kirshner. They're really dope. Brian Hoke as well. Real nice guys. Ricky Ricardo, being able to hang out with Ricky Ricardo and just talk about wrestling is pretty dope. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I want to say 268 people in the building. We are sitting at 137 likes. If you guys can hit that like button for your boys as we sit and have this conversation, it's your guy Hector Beauchamp, Latino Sports live at the MLB Winter Meetings. Hablando con mi compadre, my guy Jason, Mr. 161, River to the Ave.
That's right, baby.
How
That's
you
right.
doing?
You meet Pat. People are asking you if you met Jeff Passan out there. Have you seen him out there?
Passon? Yeah, I saw. No, actually, no, I haven't seen Passon. That's the one guy. Julian said he saw him. I didn't see Passon. I saw some of the guys from John Boy. Shout out to Jake. If you guys didn't see, I did a dope interview with him at the MLB All Star Game. So he's pretty cool. Shout out to Jake.
Yeah, man. Should the Yankees consider Adolis Garcia or Jonah Heim? Jonah Heim could be an alternate. I mean, look, I know they're shopping J.C. Escara, right? And they're looking for a right-handed complement to Austin Wells, but Jonah Heim, I don't know if he's righty or lefty. Can't remember. Or if he's a switch hitter. I don't know. But
I'll
they're
say
looking
shout out to Jacob Petruzzi, also one of the best moderators that's there. We got NFE in the building, the strike zone. Sorry,
yeah,
Yulo Yosef in the building, Hayden
Mazel tov,
Bayer,
man. Tiffany.
Mazel Tov. My guy C Money, Caleb Vasquez is in the building. TC Still, shout out to TC Still. Sorry about that. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Oh, so somebody's saying Donovan won't be half the player Dominguez will be next season. What makes you say that, Ramon? Donovan is like he's for real, Brendan Donovan. He's one of the better fits for the Yankees. He addresses a lot of needs for the team. I
Mhm.
like Jason Dominguez, but I love Brendan Donovan. I've been talking about him for like 2 years.
And I love Jason Dominguez also. I've been around Jason Dominguez, have conversations with him. I love Jason Dominguez. The problem is it's like mishandlement and not being properly developed is the issue with Jason Dominguez, and that's a failure on the organization. This kid was hyped up for how long, Jason?
Through the
He was
roof.
hyped up through the moon, the Martian, the
Yep.
Martian.
Yep. That dude got. I mean, I've never seen anybody hyped the way he was been hyped. So
Mhm.
it's been pretty remarkable.
If he was to go and get traded to St. Louis and become an all-star in St. Louis, I will buy his jersey. I would cheer for him. It didn't work out in New York. If you go someplace else, it may work out for you someplace else.
Yeah, and if I like, look, I like. He's a good kid. He carries himself well. He's a pro. He's always done the right
Phenomenal.
thing, right. He's always done the
Hmm.
right thing. You can't take that away from him, right? But the fact of the matter is, just it doesn't seem to be working here right now.
Yeah.
Well, and if you
And he's
can,
young. He's 22. Like
yeah,
he's 22, he's young, but you got to ask yourself, are you trying to win now or are you trying to win when Jason Dominguez is 26? That means if Jason Dominguez is 26 and you're trying to win then, that's 4 years removed from Aaron Judge. That's Garrett Cole not even being on the team anymore. That's John Carlos Stanton retired.
this is Joanne Jonathan wants to know, is it worth it? Because Grace is not going to be happy if they trade Jason
Oh, Grace not gonna be happy. She's not gonna be happy. Already's in the group chat. She's not happy in the group chat. She's not
Dominguez.
happy. And shout out to Grace. I love her.
The lovely Grace is in here. How are you, Grace? Donovan is left-handed. Donovan is a lefty, and I hear the Yankees are looking for another right-handed bat. Brian
Hmm.
echo those sentiments. So that's why I'm thinking somebody like Nico Horner could come in, or somebody like Kazuma Okamoto, one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
Could be a fit because Okamoto plays multiple positions, just like Donovan. So, but I think that's going to boil down to if Bellinger doesn't happen, if Tucker doesn't happen, right? I think that's got to be figured out for him. Dulce Garcia, he's got good postseason stats. I like him. I don't know how good he is defensively. I don't know if you know much about him, Hector Dulce Garcia.
Defensively, he's not the best offensively, but you get a Adolis Garcia because you want his bat in your lineup.
Yeah, and we need somebody adaptable for left field. Left field is a tougher position than it is right field.
Yeah.
And why I agree, Steels, they got to sign him. Amai's the guy. He's the guy. Like he's priority number one.
Yeah. Imai is when I was out in Japan, shout out to name dropping being in Japan on vacation. But when I was out in Japan, I stopped at like a baseball shop just to get like some trading cards and stuff so I could like give to some of the Japanese players that are in the league during the season. And when I was there, I was having a conversation with the shop owner, and we was talking about Okamoto, we was talking about Imai, we was talking about a lot of the Japanese players, and he was like, Imai is something that's totally different. He's different than the regular Japanese players. If you understand Japanese culture, they're very reserved, very quiet. They don't like showing emotion. Imai is out there doing the sword. He's screaming. He's yelling at people. He's different. And if you understand the um the cultural history in Japan when it comes to like the different ethnic classes and groups and stuff, you understand why Imai is different than Yamamoto per se.
So he's got some personality. Sounds like he'd be a fit in New York. A
He
good
got
fit.
some personality. He got some pizzazz. He's like a Japanese Puerto Rican. How about that? It's
That's what
very
I'm
easy to
saying.
say. There you
Japanese
go. He
Boricua, man.
got some sazon in him. Some little
Japoricua.
sprinkled. There you go.
Japoricua. Yeah.
Nah, but all jokes aside, Imai, if he was to come to the Yankees, you gotta look at it like this. Garrett Cole's coming back next year. Max Fried was already dominant for the Yankees. You got Carlos Rodon, who's coming back from injury. Him and Cole both coming back from injury. So when you look at it, Imai, if he was to come over, he may be a 3 or 4 in your rotation. You're not asking him to be an ace. You're not asking him to not be a number two. And when you look at the rate of what it is for a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball, 25 million for a guy that could be potentially a solid pitcher is very good.
And and does it make it easier if they get in mind? Does it make it easier for them to trade somebody like Warren or Hill for that right-handed bat?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say Hill's on the trading block. I think Luis Hill's on the trading block.
Yeah, yeah. And again,
They
if you
they flirted they flirted with the idea last year with Kyle Tucker, but they just did it. And if Kyle Tucker was playing for the Cincinnati Reds, Luis Hill would have been traded. They didn't want to trade Hill to the Houston Astros. That's what it was. They did not want to trade. They did not want to give the Houston Astros another starting pitcher, especially a starting pitcher that just won Rookie of the Year.
yeah, no kidding. And the Astros tend to have a hard time dealing with the Yankees anyway, right?
Hmm.
It is what it is. No, we're not out on him, Hayden. No, they're in on him.
Yeah,
They're
and the Yankees are in on Imai.
Yeah, but they, again, like Hector said too, they're acting really stealth right now, and I actually prefer that. And Cashman does not leak information to anybody. He's
Hmm.
not going to leak information for people to tell people on the hot stove. He doesn't do that.
Hmm.
He doesn't do that. What they say on the hot stove tends to be different than what House says.
Hmm.
And it's for a reason. It's for a reason. And again, he would lose if he leaks. He loses leverage.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that. And Imai, Bellinger, Okamoto, they're all Scott Boras clients. And the last person you want to lose leverage to is Scott Boras,
Hmm.
the best in the game. He will eat you alive. Look
Hate
what,
him or love him, Scott Boras is the guy that he's a deal maker.
yeah,
Eh, eh,
he's the best agent in the game. I mean,
Yeah.
he's here for a reason. That's why the
Hmm.
players love him. So, like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But they will blow. Yeah, they need to blow by. Well, they get two players in there past 300, but I don't think they're gonna be under 300. I think it's gonna be impossible for them to get.
Nah, they're not gonna be under 300. Again, they're operating with the mindset of not counting your chickens before the eggs hatch. Shout out to my guy Krista Flash with the Green Power Ranger.
Teacher, appreciate you, brother. Man, I hope you make some moves. They're definitely going to make some moves. And Cashman's, he's echoing those sentiments. But again, like all the moves might not happen this week at the winter meetings. There's still 2 months to go after the winter
Oh yeah.
meetings. They will be strategic. Like the Dodgers aren't going to make all their moves now. The Red Sox aren't going to make all their moves. Like there haven't been many big moves. Like the Blue Jays got one pitcher, but they still have other things to do. They got a reliever too, but there's other moves that need to be made. The Mets still have work to do, right?
Yeah, the Mets have a lot of dominoes that are in place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when it comes to Tariq Skubal, I have the Mets as the favorite because they could potentially offer the best prospect package back in return for Tariq Skubal out of the playoff contender teams. There are some other teams that they have worse records that can probably offer better prospect packages. But when you look at the Mets, their issue last year was they didn't have a number one starting pitcher.
Yeah.
If they had Tariq Skubal in their rotation, they're a 90-win team. They're going to the postseason. That was their issue. They could not get reliable starting pitching, and that was the problem for the Mets last year. They could offer the Mets. They have more top 50 prospects than the Yankees do. So I think they have 4 or 5 top 50 prospects. They can offer three of those top 50 prospects and then sprinkle in top 15, top 10 prospects out of their farm system.
Yep. And I don't know if you heard this, but the Pirates have a 4-year deal out to Kyle Schwarber for over 100 million. That
Yeah,
can,
I saw that. I saw forgot who posted it, but yeah. That's interesting because one, the Pirates is not that far from where he's playing right now with the Phillies. Is in
yeah,
the same state.
yeah,
Um he they love him and they love him in Philadelphia. So I don't think people would be mad if he was to go over to Pittsburgh.
yeah. I mean, I think them
I
brothers.
want it. I
Go ahead.
want it. I want the Pirates to spend money because the issue in Major League Baseball, and this is something that Hal Steinbrenner cannot just come out and say because it's him calling out the other billionaires, and you don't do that when you have to work with these guys. But the issue in Major League Baseball is is the Pirates don't spend money. The Chicago White Sox, that owner, he doesn't spend money. The Tampa Bay Rays, they don't spend money. The Cincinnati Reds, they don't spend money. That's the issue that's happening in Major League Baseball. It's not Hal Steinbrenner not wanting to spend money. It's not the Dodgers that are going out there and spending money. Because when you look at the Dodgers, The Dodgers, the players that won them championships, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, those are all players that came from teams that didn't want to pay them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox used Mookie Betts to get out of the David Price contract. They dumped the MVP candidate just to get out of a bad contract. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yep.
The
It's
fuck?
true.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry for cursing. I'm sorry.
It's true, man. And the Dodgers and Red Sox have done this before. Josh Beckett, Adrian Brown, they made some trades like this before to get out of bad
To
money.
get out of bad contracts. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. And again, like we've talked about this too. Teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Mets, they pay a boatload of money in revenue sharing. And the teams like the Pirates are not required to use that money that they get from them to invest in their players. They can pocket the money.
They pocket the money. And that's the issue with the Chicago. And I think the person that does it the worst is the owner from the Chicago White Sox.
Brutal.
When I was looking into it, he has they don't the Chicago White Sox, they don't own the stadium, they lease it from the city. So they have it set up. If the Chicago White Sox they don't reach a certain threshold when it comes to ticket sales, they get to pocket the gate money. They have no incentive to win because they're pocketing the fucking gate money.
Oh my God. Chicago's a big city too, man. It's a big city. And my God. Think about if they actually invested in their players. I mean, God, like Pirates, Marlins. I wish those teams spent. The A's. The A's are starting to spend a little bit, but
Mhm.
I wish these other teams would spend. It would get
The
you like I would love a freaking for them to do something in the next CBA and stop penalizing the teams that spend at the top as much. The people that receive all the money and don't spend, maybe they should lose the draft picks instead of the teams at the top.
Now they're going to try to use the new national TV deal contract to like justify not spending money or whatever because last year the national TV deal I got the numbers pulled up right here for my investigation. But it was 1.67 billion. That's what it was last year. That meant at the beginning of the season every team is getting 100 to like 105 million dollars just off of the national TV deal. Right now the national TV deal is around like 700 mil. So every team is getting about like 20 to 30 million. So it's not the 100 million each team was getting off rip. It's a little bit less now, and that's because of ESPN. ESPN fuck Major League Baseball over it, but they're gonna use that as a reason why the owners are crying broke.
And they just did a valuation on Forbes. Every single franchise is worth over $1 billion. Every single one.
Their resale value is through the roof.
How could you cry poverty? Every single one's worth over $1 billion.
When I can't get my new yacht, when that's what
Yeah,
it
it's
sounds
like,
like.
come on, man.
That's what it sounds like.
Wiping their butts with $100 bills, man. Like, come on, dude. I can't do that. I got
No.
my Charmin toilet paper, man. Shit. So, but speaking of everybody else, let's see. Mike Smith from the White Sox. What else is people saying in the chat here? So I guess we'll find out some more intel on Donovan at some point, maybe tomorrow.
Hmm.
Hector was saying too that they're looking to potentially flip Ryan McMahon actively as part of this trade. It could be, I don't know if it could be a 3-team trade or it could be a separate trade. We don't know. We don't know. The Yankees have done 3-team trades before. I don't know, but I would be surprised, man. Flipping Ryan McMahon would surprise me. But again,
The Ryan McMahon deal when it was done, it felt like a band-aid. It
yeah,
just felt like a band-aid.
well,
That's all it is. And now you got your band-aid, and now a player that you've been eyeing for some times, and Brandon Donovan was made available. Now you're scrambling to get rid of that band-aid and bring in the player that you've been wanting for some time.
yeah, exactly. So the Yankees will have to pony up to a certain degree.
Hmm.
You know, if you don't want to eat money, you're gonna have to give a really good prospect, something like that. You got to do something, one way or another. You're gonna have to pay up to get Brendan Donovan, right? So, but I've been talking about this guy for 2 years, man. Talking about this again. I mean, we'll see what happens, guys. Could you see any other? You think anything's gonna happen tomorrow?
I today was more like people were just settling in.
Yeah,
I felt if anything was to happen, it would happen late after the Hall of Fame announcement. Shout out to Jeff Kent for making the Hall of Fame. The all-time leader in home runs for second basemen. Shout out to the only San Francisco Giant not named Barry Bonds inducted into the Hall of Fame today. But no, I felt if anything was to happen, it would happen after the Hall of Fame announcement, and nothing happened besides Brian Cashman talking. And when Brian Cashman was talking, everybody was running over there to hear what the man had to say.
Was it last year we were live? Was it the first night when the Mets signed Monso? Was it the first night?
It was the first. It was the first day. It was literally the first day, and it was crazy because somebody that I know who's like a pilot or going to like pilot school, he was there monitoring like Hal Steinbrenner's private jet, and he was tracking it the entire time, and it showed that he landed in the airport in Texas, in Dallas, and he stood there. He stood there. He stood there, and then as he's there, I look up. And people from the Mets, their higher ups, an old man named Ethan, who I recognize walking through with the only smile on his face. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's not good. That's not fucking good." And 15 minutes pass, and then you see how Steinbrenner's flight start preparing, and it flies back to Tampa. Then it was announced that Juan Soto's a Met.
Wow. Look at that, man. Look at that. Would I do Jazz for Marte 1-for-1? You talking about Ketel Marte, Mark? Jazz is, I think he's 4 years or 5 years younger than Ketel Marte.
I'll tell you right now.
I think Marte's 31. Jazz is 27.
Jazz is 27. Ketel Marte
31.
is
32.
32.
32. 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, and again, like, I'm not
Wow,
sure.
he seemed. I thought he was younger than that. He's old as fuck.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure. I mean, you're not getting much of a change in production going from Jazz to Marte.
Mm-mm.
So, and again, Marte's also got like 5 years left on a big deal.
The thing with Marte is that he plays multiple positions.
Yep.
Well, he doesn't just play second base. Like he can play multiple positions.
Yeah. Somebody's asking for Jorge Polanco. He's another guy the Yankees have looked into this past week. I mean, I don't know. He plays
Oh,
multiple.
that's because of the postseason he had. That's what
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah. I think he's a switcher. He's the only guy, the only lefty bat to hit Tarek Skubal. He was the only guy to hit Skubal in the playoffs. The only guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I ask Hector if we see Donovan? I don't know if we're going to see Donovan tomorrow, Bryce. That's it. I mean,
Oh, I don't know, Bryce. I can't say when the move's gonna happen or if the moves are gonna happen. I'm just reporting the rumors. And then always remember, at the end of the day, these are all rumors. This is all hearsay. Like I said, I was ear hustling. I heard them talking about it in the lobby. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it is what it is.
mm-hmm. Can Alcantara be a backup? Well, we're hearing two Hectors reporting that the Yankees. It sounds like the Yankees are going to go for Mike King. If Imai doesn't happen, then they're going to pivot to
Michael King's the fallback if they don't get Imai. I would love the Yankees to trade for Freddie Peralta. I think Freddie Peralta is a phenomenal pitcher from Milwaukee. I think he has some more left into him when it comes to like his prime. I think Freddie Peralta would be phenomenal. I love his demeanor.
How old is he? 27? 28?
I think he's 27, 28.
Peralta?
Let me look it up.
He's got 1 year left on his deal, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's 27, 28. You don't
29. He's 29.
29. Okay. All right. We'll see. I mean, Imai is what, 26?
20. He'll be 27 by the time the baseball season starts, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. I think his birthday's in March.
You probably can get him on a 6 year deal. My guess is he'll maybe be 6 years, Imai, if I had to guess. Right?
Yeah, if you think of it, 6 years, 25, that's 6 years, 150.
It'll get him through his age 33.
That's not bad.
Ending at 33, not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
No.
Freddie Peralta is a free agent in 2027. So he would just have 1 year of control.
1 more year. Okay. He is good, man. I remember I was opening day seeing him against Max Fried on opening day against the stadium. He
He's good, man.
Yeah. He is. That dude is good, man. He's
Mhm.
I mean, would you take him over Alcantara or Edward Cabrera for the Marlins?
Yeah, in a heartbeat, especially Sandy. I know Sandy was phenomenal in years past, but having an ERA close to 5 or in the fives after a Tommy John surgery, a year removed from Tommy John surgery, that's red flags to me. I
Yeah,
don't think the Yankees should put all their eggs in a basket on we hope that he could return back to his form. No, we need somebody that we know, all right, we're gonna maximize and get the best out of them.
yeah. He ain't
I
gonna be
don't think
cheap.
Stanley would be that. Yeah, he's making 17, 18 million and then 22, 23 the year afterwards.
Yeah. Who do we think the Yankees will get in the bullpen? Well, Jennifer, I mean, Brian Cashman said today that they're likely going to go outside the franchise. So I would expect maybe a signing or a trade. There's a couple of guys like if you can get Adrian Morejon or Jeremy Estrada from the Padres, I would love that. One of those dudes, or Reed Devers,
Mhm.
one of those guys. Even get Gregory Soto. You can even get somebody pretty decent in free agency. But if you could trade for somebody with controllable years, and Cashman did point that out tonight too. He said he liked getting guys with controllable years. I would expect him to try to get at least one more guys like that. But I think he's going to add maybe two pieces for the bullpen. Would you? What do you think, Hector? You think he's a couple guys?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Luke Weaver comes back.
I don't think he will either.
I don't think Luke Weaver's coming back. He may go to the Mets. I'm serious too. They love our sloppy seconds. But yeah, I don't think Luke Weaver comes back. I think the Yankees would, but it's like who are they going to try to, if they're trying to lower the payroll value. I mean, if they're trying to lower the threshold, like what?
You got to make a trade. You got to get a trade.
Yeah.
You got to trade
Now,
for.
if the Yankees were to trade for Brendan Donovan, you trade for Brendan Donovan and JoJo Romero, not
Yeah,
just one.
exactly. Try to get both.
And not just you, exactly. You get both, and we've seen this in the past from Brian Cashman. When we got Ryan McMahon, we got that pitcher who everybody hated because his ERA was high, and then he never pitched again for the Yankees. Disappeared. He got banished to the shadow realm.
Yeah, yeah. But JoJo, I think he'd be a good add to Brendan Donovan from the lefty
Mhm.
side. That would be a nice trade if they made this week. If they made that trade, man, I'd be happy with that. And then they can just kind of exhale a little bit and focus on the next move at that point, right? So, man, but I mean, we'll see what happens, guys. Like it is the first night, so it might take a few nights to get things moving. Be more action tomorrow. Now that all the GMs and the other agents are there, they can start powwowing in rooms together.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, my light just went out. It
uh,
is what it is.
if the Yankees get Marte, then Jazz can move to third and use McMahon. I don't know about that, Siciliano. I don't think they're going to move Jazz back to third. He was not as good
Yeah,
as
if you move anyone to third, you move Ketel Marte to third.
yeah.
That's who you move to third. If you move anyone to third.
Jazz is a plus defender at second. He's a plus. He's not a plus defender at third. So 167 likes. Let's see if we can get over 200, gang.
Let's go.
Rocket. What do we guys think? I like Adolis Garcia, Mark. Adolis is good, but again, you have to be the right fit to play left field at Yankee Stadium.
Yes.
Like you have to be. It's a different monster. That's why Dominguez struggled because he's not suited to play left field there. Like I've said this last year too. If he was going to play, it has to be in center because he needs protection on both sides. Now you have Grisham. You don't really have to worry about that as much. You have Spencer Jones. If he stays here, you don't have to worry about that. He is known for being a good center fielder.
Mm-hmm.
You have that now, which makes Dominguez expendable, unfortunately. So makes you have to Joe. Well, yeah, I mean Joe Ryan. Well, so what we're seeing is that it might draws a lot of similarities to Joe Ryan. He has a lower release point, so he's kind of a unique entity in itself. And I'm hearing that the Twins are not going to trade Ryan or Pablo Lopez or that center fielder Buxton. That's the latest.
Yeah, that's it's crazy. Twin fans are upset because they feel that the team needs to go into a rebuild, which I I agree. I concur.
They traded half the team at the deadline last year.
Yeah,
Like,
you might as well.
finish the job, man. Just yeah, just keep reloading, man. So I don't blame the Twins fans. I can't really blame them for being upset. So Tatis, well, that's what Hector's saying too. Tatis would be a big. That would be a big
Oh God, I
move.
would lose my ever loving mind if we get Tatis. I've always been a good Tatis fan. Tatis to me, I think is the best all around Latino player in all of Major League Baseball. He can when he's healthy. That's another issue. His injury concerns. He can hit you close 280 to 300. He can hit you over 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, 30 stolen bases. He's a phenomenal defender in left field. He came up as a shortstop,
Hmm.
moved to right field in order to satisfy Xander Bogaerts. Then afterwards, he moved to left field in order to make room for Juan Soto. So he goes to show you that he's a team player. He's not a guy that's stingy or doesn't want to change positions. He's willing to move positions for the betterment of the team.
Would he play left field at Yankee Stadium if he came here?
Yeah, he would play left field in Yankee Stadium, and he would be phenomenal.
Hmm.
And then you'll have Yankee fans screaming that we should have Fernando Tatis be our shortstop because he's better than Anthony Volpe.
Well, I look. You got Lombard, but I'm keeping an eye on this kid Dax Kilby, man, who they drafted last year. He got
Yeah, a lot of people like him. When he was first drafted, there's a lot of hate because people pulled up his dumb shit he did in high school, which he's a fucking idiot for. Um, Say again, he's a fucking idiot. But a lot of people that I've spoken to in the Yankees organization, they like him,
they
even
like
though
his
he's a fucking idiot.
yeah, they like his hitting skill sets and more advanced than he's like at a high school guy. He's hitting at an advanced college level already, so he's way the
Mm.
hell above. And they said he could. He's the only guy that could surpass Lombard as number one on the Yankees prospect. Now, I
Mhm.
when I see it, but that's pretty high praise for this kid.
Well, it's just because his bat is better than George Lombard.
Yeah,
That's what it is. George Lombard's issue is if he comes up right now, he will be Simeon's shortstop from the Braves that was just known for his defense. Because that's what George Lombard is. He's a phenomenal, phenomenal defender. If George Lombard Jr. was on the Oakland Athletics, he'll be close to making the team solely on his defense.
yeah, but that's right. Andrelton Simmons.
Defense alone. Yeah, and that's that if George Lombard Jr. does not learn how to hit at the major league level, he will be Anderson Simmons.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, that's why they keep drafting shortstops, right? Kent, Kilby. They got this kid Juan the Oxygen, number one. They're already, they're speaking highly of him too. Number one
Hmm.
international prospect. So, um, he's another one that's a shortstop. So, a legit hitting shortstop. So they're gonna keep doing this until they figure out if Volpe's the answer or not. No,
You have to. And when it comes to Anthony Volpe, they're gonna give him another year and a half to figure it out. You're gonna give him another year and a half to figure out. You gotta think of it right now. He's probably gonna be out for close to half the season this year. So that's half of this year and then all of next year. That's the time they're gonna give Anthony Volpe to figure it out. And Yankee fans hate it.
they do. They do hate it. Somebody's asking, can we get Neto? I don't know if Zach Neto is going to become available from the Angels. He's good. He's a stud shortstop in the Angels. Like,
Well,
why would the Angels trade him? Why, like, just like the Athletics? Why the hell would you trade Jacob Wilson? Those guys are studs, man. It's like Bobby Witt. The Royals ain't gonna trade on Bobby Witt.
no. They're trying to add on top of Bobby Witt.
Yeah, yeah. That's why they're trying to trade for Donovan too.
Hmm.
Right? Shit. Yeah, I mean it's and Weaver and Leo Duvall Currently Duvall does have a big arm. Look, he's gonna have a full year working with Matt Blake. I think he'll be better the second year. So,
Hmm.
just like Jake Bird, I think he'll be better the second year too.
Yeah, I
So
think Jake Bird would be better. He got injured or whatever, so that stopped us from seeing what he could do fully in the minors. But I think Jake Bird would be better.
yeah, he's got a big arm too, man. Like he's a 100+ guy, and I think the Yankees will add. I mean, I think if they don't trade Carlos Lagrange, he should get an opportunity maybe in the bullpen too.
I personally don't think any prospect is untouchable.
Yeah, yeah.
No one's up because the Yankees haven't won in 16 years. When you haven't won in 16 years, no one's untouchable. I'm
Everybody,
sorry.
everybody's
The
got
only the only prospect that is still on this team that actually has done something is Aaron Judge.
it's true.
It's the only one. Every other, and when you look at it too, Aaron Judge, when he was in the system, the Yankees weren't hyping him up. They were hyping up Gary Sanchez. They were
Sanchez.
hyping up Luis Severino. They
Yeah.
was hyping up Jorge Mateo.
Oh damn. Shit.
That's what
He,
they were hyping up. They weren't hyping up Aaron Judge. At no point was Aaron Judge the number one prospect in the Yankees farm system. The goddamn camera.
Yeah, well, he was a compensatory pick too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they drafted Eric Jagello before him.
Who?
Eric Jagello.
Gallo?
Yeah, but I do. So, and yeah, and that pitcher too. I forgot some lefty pitcher before Aaron Judge too. He was like the third pick. He was a compensatory pick after the first round. Thank
Thank you, Nick
you, Nick
Swisher.
Swisher. Yeah, much love, Nick Swisher, man, for doing that, bro.
Arriba the Dirch.
Yeah, shit, man. But that's where we're at, guys. Volpe. Yeah, I understand people want Volpe gone. I get it. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Ian Clarkin. Thank you, Jonathan. Ian Clarkin. That's the dude.
Ian Clarkin, yes.
Eric Jagello, Ian Clarkin, and then Aaron Judge was the third pick. Yeah, Aaron Judge, man. And look at him now. He's building a Hall of Fame career.
An
Fairbanks.
amazing Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, he's gonna get 600 home runs, man. 600, man. I really think he will. Fairbanks or Suarez, Robert Suarez. I don't be surprised if he goes to the Dodgers either, Suarez. I think the Dodgers can get Suarez or maybe even Diaz. If Diaz doesn't go to the Mets, then I think he goes to the Dodgers.
Oof. I think the Dodgers.
Right?
I think the Dodgers.
You need a shutdown closer. That's one thing they don't have.
Yeah.
And like Tanner Scott was supposed to be that, but he wound up being a bust so far. So he'll be a setup guy.
And they again, like I said, they're willing to pay.
Yeah. Shit. That's what happens when you're owned by the Guggenheim Group. And they're worth like $500 billion.
Yep.
I mean, you owned by venture capital and private equity. You can do whatever you want, man. It's that versus Hal Steinbrenner.
I know. And it's like, I gotta live under the threshold, because wah.
Yeah, it's still that's just I think about like people saying George. Like George wouldn't even be the richest owner in New York right now.
No.
He would be the richest owner of baseball before he used to bully baseball. That should never happen now. It would never happen now.
No.
And he would be paying. He never had to pay $150 million a year in revenue sharing either. Hal does. So that's another.
That's why when I laugh when people say that, oh, like how George wouldn't care about the luxury tax, he would pay through it. I'm like, are you talking about the same George Steinbrenner that I know about? The same George Steinbrenner that hired the private investigator because he didn't want to pay Dave Winfield? That George Steinbrenner? The same George Steinbrenner that went to war with the city of Tampa because he didn't want to pay property taxes?
Yeah.
That man?
Yeah. That guy. Yeah. And this is the same George Steinbrenner who Brian Cashman had Vladimir Guerrero Sr. agreed upon. And he brought him, and George said no. And he brought Gary Sheffield here for like a third of the price. So he has brought in lesser expensive players because he didn't want to pay Guerrero. Like, fucking, I would have loved Guerrero here. But
Same.
it didn't happen. Didn't happen, unfortunately. So yeah, Diaz wants. Yeah, I'm hearing the same thing, Udall. Diaz wants, I think, 5 years, right? So Hal is waiting for his snap benefits. Yeah, fucking Hal, fucking steals.
He's waiting for his tax refund. Is what he's waiting on.
Diaz, I think, I can see Diaz getting a bill again, or close to a bill, for 5 years. Alcantara, I can't see happening. It's Amai, but it sounds like Michael King is the backup. Right?
Yeah. Michael King is the backup. I think it's more realistic than not for it to be Michael King.
I can see it too.
I want I want the Yankees to go out there and get Imai. I think the Mariners may step up to get Imai. I don't think the Padres, because the Padres they fumbled the bag with Roki last year because of their finances. So they fumbled the bag last year with Roki. But I think Imai is either going to go to either Seattle or to the Yankees.
Yeah, I agree. And the Padres.
And I'm sorry, one thing that I did hear, the Angels are going to offer a big contract to somebody.
I'm going to guess Murakami is one of those guys they can offer a big contract. Murakami or who else could it be? A pitcher? If you had to guess the big contract, if I had to guess, it would be Murakami.
I would say it would be Murakami. but I would say it would be Murakami. They may throw the bag at either Kyle Tucker or Peter Alonso. They'll never take it, but they just want to be in the conversation. Like, you see, we're trying, and just they don't want to take it.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, I think the Yankees at the end of the day do have a better shot. But again, I'm not gonna count my chickens yet, man. Let's just wait and see. Just wait and see. And these are all
Like
blind bids. We don't know what the other team is bidding until afterward.
like my co-host Grace said, you don't count your chickens before the eggs hatch.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Grace is the top of the game. That's why Grace is the best. See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's why. It's just she's so right. It's absolutely on spot on. Yeah, sure. Mark Schwarber got a 4-year offer from Pittsburgh, over $100 million.
Again, shout out to Pittsburgh. Shout out to the
You,
Pirates. Thank God.
you got to
Thank
give
you.
Paul Skeens some kind of support. Shit.
They're
You,
trying to show poor schemes that, hey, we'll spend money, and when we lock you into a 10-year contract, we ain't spending shit.
we'll give you 500 mil, but after that,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, but look, we're spending money. We'll give you a $500 million contract, and then afterwards, we cut everybody, we defer payments, and we don't spend another dollar. And you stuck in Pittsburgh for 10 years, player, and you got a no trade clause.
Oh shit, man.
Oh, God.
Kings. No, it's when if anybody with a qualifying offer, you lose 2 draft picks and international money. Yes, but
Mm.
don't be surprised. The Yankees make trades every single year to gain international money, so they can recoup that international money.
But that's why Michael King is not the number one option for them.
That's why you might.
That's why it's Imai.
Yeah, because you might just
And
for the posting fee. That's it.
and maybe Imai, then Edward Cabrera, and then Michael King. Michael King may be the fallback to the fallback.
Yeah, you could be. Could be. And again, Cabrera's another big arm, but he'll only be and he won't cost as much as Alcantara would. But he's a big arm. So I don't know. Will Warren and Caballero headed to Milwaukee in exchange for Freddie. I don't think they're going to trade Warren and Caballero for Freddie Peralta. What do the Brewers need? I don't even know what the Brewers would need. What would you have to give them for Freddie Peralta?
They starting pitching.
Will Warren, I could see as part of the trade. After what? I don't know.
We don't have any third base. Like we don't have like we're not deep at first basemans. Outfielders maybe, but I don't know, man. It's weird.
Warren and would you give them Warren and Dominguez?
Yeah, for Freddie Peralta? Are you kidding me? In a
Yeah,
heartbeat.
Warren
In a
and Dominguez.
heartbeat.
I would rather keep Jose Caballero, man.
Yeah, I'm keeping Cabby.
Yeah, 5 years of control. Let's be like, yeah.
And what sucks about Jason Dominguez is that last year I saw 2 versions of Jason. I saw the Jason at the beginning of the season that was very quiet, very timid, deer in the headlights, very nervous, scary. When the Yankees traded for Ahmed Rosario and Jose Caballero, I don't know what it was. They brought out a different version of Jason Dominguez that nobody saw. Laughing, joking, being more involved when it comes to like going out there and working. Jason Dominguez, every game. Jason, I will send you the videos. He was taking ground balls at third base, at shortstop, at second, at first base. And that was because Ahmed Rosario and Jose Caballero had him out there taking grounders with him, working on his footwork at different positions. And it's not, and they weren't doing it so he could be like, oh, you're going to be a third base person. No, they were doing it so he could work on his footwork so that could translate when he goes out into the outfield. That's why Jason Dominguez was taking ground balls at third base, so he could understand his feet work, so he could move laterally left and right. So when he's out there in the outfield, he can see it from a different vantage point.
Those guys brought a different energy to this team, Caballero and Rosario. They
Mm-hmm.
really did, man. I hope Rosario comes back too.
Same.
Different energy, and just a different vibe to the team. The team became much closer knit when those guys came here.
Mm-hmm.
We really agree. So I do. I hope they bring back Rosario. And again, he's a righty, hits lefties extremely well. So
Yeah.
He has a,
They're perfect veteran leaders. They are
yeah.
perfect veteran leaders, Caballero and Ahmed Rosario, and that's what they were to Jason Dominguez. They literally took him. They both of them had Jason Dominguez under their arm, and they literally took him and was dragging him around before the games.
That's what they need. I mean, look, that's what I mean. Cashman. I got to give Cashman his flowers. He brought in some good fits. Some good fits. Like Caballero, Bednar was a great fit here at closer. I
Yeah,
like his bulldog mentality. I love that. Caballero's a perfect fit. Rosario's a perfect fit. So like, he did a pretty good job at the deadline, man. He did a pretty damn good job. So
I thought Brian Cashman did a phenomenal job at the deadline when it came to bringing in who he brought in.
mhm.
It's just Devin Williams just
Yeah,
shit the bed with the Yankees. He just didn't live up to the expectations. Towards the end of the season, Devin Williams did pitch better. In the middle of August and into September for the rest of the year, his ERA was under 250. He had a 2.3 something ERA, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have that in front of me. But you also got to remember that Devin Williams is the perfect product of analytics.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
didn't have Devin Williams facing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with runners on second and third and nobody out. They had him coming in clean innings. They had him coming in when you had the seventh, eighth, and ninth batters in the lineup. They had him coming in when it was late in the game, but you didn't have the A+ lineup to go through. That's when they used Devin Williams.
yeah. That's when you saw Fernando Cruz was much more reliable than Devin Williams.
100%. And
Cruz,
that was Brian Cashman flipping Jose Trevino for Fernando Cruz.
Cruz is a bulldog, man. Bulldog, man. I like him. I really
Yeah.
like Cruz, man. Like, was
One
this?
of our one of our better relievers until he got injured at the beginning of the season last year.
Yep, yep. And again, I like he's got a bunch of years of control too. He'll be here for a couple of years, man. So I'll take that, man. Was it McMahon? Was this Siciliano? Spencer Jones and Caden Kent to Miami for Alcantara. Elmer Rodriguez and Roderick Garris to the Diamondbacks for Ketel Marte. I don't think Roderick Garris has any trade value anymore.
I don't think he has any trade value either. Also, um, who else he said?
Spencer,
Ketel Marte. For everybody that wants Ketel Marte, he has a no trade clause.
yeah, yeah. So does Stanton. People want Stanton gone. Stanton's got to waive it, man. You want him gone. So
We only got like 2 more years of Stanton. That last year is a club option. They're not going to pick it up.
yeah, it's exactly. I mean, like I thinking that the Yankees are hoping that he gets 500 home runs, and once he gets to
And
500
they'll cut him.
years, and then they cut it, yeah, and then,
Yeah.
and let that be his. And then maybe the year after that, Judge gets 500. I don't think has there ever been teammates? I forgot. Somebody mentioned that teammates that got 500 home runs.
I
Like,
want to say 500 home runs, but I know when Manny Ramirez hit 500 home runs, that's when David Ortiz hit 400 home runs.
okay, so I feel like 2 more years, like Stanton Judge has like 380 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I think Stanton will get it in 2 years and Judge will get it in three. Kind of 2 years in a row, a guy's getting 500. That's freaking cool, man.
Yeah. Listen, respect to John Carlos Stanton. What amazes me, and Ace brought this up when we were live, next year when John Carlos Stanton plays, he would have played more seasons with the Yankees than he did with the Miami Marlins. It's crazy to say that.
Yeah, it is crazy, man. But again, if he goes into the Hall of Fame, I hope it's with a Yankees jersey, man. I really do.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be because he played more years with the Yankees.
Yeah, and I hope he gets his 500, man. I really do. I would love to see that, man.
I honestly, low key, and this is no shade to him. I think he should go in if he was to go in a Marlins jersey, because he was an MVP with the Marlins. He was a better player with the Marlins. He was a Hall of Fame player with the Marlins. He wasn't. He's not. He hasn't been a Hall of Fame player with the Yankees. He's
Yeah,
never even hit over 40 home runs with the Yankees.
yeah. He was
He
at
only had
30.
one. He's only had one 100 RBI season.
Yeah, yeah. And he had 59 home runs and like 130 ribbies. The year he had an MVP, and the year after that is when the Yankees traded for him.
Yep. That's
But
just like A-Rod. A-Rod hit 50 something home runs in Texas, came to the Yankees and hit 30 something. I think he had like 36 or 38.
yep, yep. Yeah, I don't know about that, Udall. I think that was speculation. The Skeens teammate said he wants to be to the Yanks. That was some.
I don't know. That was Randy Miller who put that out.
Yeah, that was floating around a couple weeks ago, but he came out and
Yeah.
said it wasn't true, Skeens.
Of
So
course he's going to come out and say that's not true.
yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not going to do his team like that. Like,
No, he's not. And if you're a teammate of Tariq Skubal, you're pissed off that even leaked.
yeah, yeah, shit, man. Yeah. Oh, to Henry was this Aaron and Eddie Matthews, Sosa and Palmer.
Who's
Palmer.
that?
Who's Palmer? Ray Miller.
Jim Palmer?
Who's Palmer, Ray? Sosa and Palmer. You talking about Sammy Sosa? Who the hell's Palmer?
Rafael Palmero.
Palmero. But were they teammates? I'm not sure they were
No, I don't think they were teammates. Ralphie wasn't a Cub, but they did it in the same year.
Yeah. And
Okay,
Aaron,
I see what Ray is saying. Aaron and Eddie Matthews did it in the same year, and Sammy Sosa and Rafael Palmero, they hit 500 home runs in the same year. Copy.
gotcha. The Cubs won Suarez. Eugenio Suarez or Robert Suarez, the closer? Jimmy.
Yes, Ray, spell check sucks. I know.
Mackenzie Gore. Well, I mean, he's
I haven't heard anything on Mackenzie Gore. What's good, Merk?
yeah, apparently he's a good fit. I think if any team trades for him, it's probably gonna be the Orioles. They need they need to start a pitcher, man, and they got a
I,
lot
I'm
of trade, man.
I'm not sure if the Nationals are going to be are in fire sale. They just traded for the top catching prospect from Seattle,
Yeah,
Henry Ford.
I saw
So
that.
they just brought in a young catcher to pair along their young core of Mackenzie Cole and C.J. Abrams.
This is true too. This is true too. Okamoto, we don't know. We're not hearing. It's just quiet on the Okamoto front. It's quiet.
Yeah, I didn't hear any. I ain't hear anything on Okamoto. So when you brought him up earlier, I was like, oh shit, yeah, he
Mm,
is around.
mm.
That's what it was. I was like, oh wait, he's out there. I didn't hear anything on Okamoto today.
Your boy Steele's got jokes here. Any word on Frenchie Cordero? Damn, you bringing up Frenchie Cordero again, Steele?
I saw I saw that. And I'm like, God damn, still.
Frenchie Cordero, my God, Donovan. Well, so there's chatter earlier this evening, John, that the Yankees were pushing for a Donovan trade, and the Royals also pushing for a Donovan trade. So I guess we'll know more probably tomorrow, or the next day. It's gonna
I
wait.
got I got a quote here from Gary Phillips on Brian Cashman. I'm not sure if you and your chat talked about it. It was an hour ago. Because when I was in the Ubers, when Cashman wanted, I mean, when I was driving, that's when Cashman wanted to have his fucking secret media meeting. Um, but Cashman said, Gary Phillips asked if the Yankees intend to get their payroll under 300 million. Brian Cashman said, "Last time I spoke with you guys, I told you that Hal Steinbrenner hadn't given me a drop down number, and that's still the case. Hal's exact words to me continue to be everything that continue to me. Well, continue to be take everything that's out there, which I would continue to do. So make what you want about that.
My guess is it's not going to go under 300 million.
I don't think it is.
It doesn't make any sense to the Tigers. What is this? Tigers predicted to sign Ace to 7-year, 154, despite the what Ace? What? Tigers 7-year, 154. Who are you talking about, Siciliano?
I think he's talking about Tariq Skubal.
Scuba's going to be like 300 million more.
Yeah,
Than
Scuba's gonna be like 300 something million. Brian Cashman was asked on Michael K comments about the Yankees payroll and wanted to go under 300 million. And Cashman said, you have to ask Michael where he got that information. Last time I spoke to you guys, I told you Hal hadn't given me a drop down number. So we're just adding on what the Gary Phillips said.
She contradicts. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I said this earlier, all due respect to Curry, all due respect to Michael K, but I trust what Cashman says more. He knows more than they do.
Mm-hmm.
He gets direction directly from Hal. Those guys do not.
No, I'll say that when it comes to when they when it comes to Michael K, he knows a lot of people in the Yankees like higher up. Did
Hmm.
someone tell him something that they shouldn't have? I don't I don't know. You have to ask Michael K. Shoot him a DM and see what it tells you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Cashman always lays low, chocolate. He always does. He just works behind the scenes, man. And all of a sudden, you wake up tomorrow morning, get up to pee, and you're like, "Oh my god, Brian Cashman did what the fuck? Oh my god!" It
You
happened.
wake up and you're like, oh my God, we got Mark Teixeira when he was supposed to go to the Red Sox.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And like, what the freaking hell? You have Pete Fairbanks. I mean, there's some stuff that Pete Fairbanks has trouble pitching in the. He has a nerve disorder. He has trouble pitching in cold weather. That's the chat right now.
Yeah, yeah. I do like Pete Fairbanks though. It's going to come down to that issue that you brought up, but also how much does he want to sign for? How many
Well,
years he wants? What's the AAV? All of that you have to put into the conversation.
and we know the prices for relief pitching are not low. They're not cheap right now. Relief pitching is at a premium price right now.
Mm.
That shit is expensive, man. So, Donovan, you want
Oof.
Donovan and Tucker? I mean, if you got Donovan and Tucker, I mean, like that would be a crazy offseason for the Yankees. But they still
Yeah,
need a righty bat. They still need a righty bat beyond those guys.
yeah. Those are two lefties. Yeah, like with the Yankees are too lefty heavy now. We had some times we were too righty heavy. Now we're too lefty heavy.
Yeah.
Like make up your mind.
That's why I'm talking about Donovan and Okamoto. That's a better pair to me than Donovan and Tucker, a righty and a lefty contact bats. But I don't know. I don't know. The first
What
moving.
do you want to see tomorrow, Jason? Before I have to get ready to wrap it up because I got to start working on my article. What do you want to see tomorrow happen? Day tomorrow's like the official day one. Today was more of like a warm up. But what do you want to see happen tomorrow, day one MLB winter meetings?
I would love to see the Yankees. And when it comes to the Yankees, I mean, give us some more clarity on them. Actually execute a trade, whether it's for Donovan or Romero, Jojo, or something like that, or maybe sign a relief pitcher, do something on the relief front.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think Amai is going to happen this week in the winter meetings. He's got to meet with teams first. So,
Mm.
and you got to give him his time to meet with teams. That's like he's coming from Japan. You got to give him an opportunity to
Hmm.
meet with teams and feel them out. That's reasonable. That's fair.
Yeah,
So,
he's not going to sign early. He's going to take as much time as possible, just like Yamamoto and everybody else did.
yeah,
Roki did the same thing.
yeah. And like a righty bat, yeah. I mean, Nico Horner, I would love Horner or Ahmed Rosario. I mean, I could see Ahmed Rosario happening sooner than Horner. But if one of those guys happen this week too, I'd be pretty fired up about that.
I
We'll see.
think I can't say I can see Ahmed first over Nico because I think because Ahmed is a bench piece, more of a bench piece than anything else. So I think when it comes to him, I think after the Yankees have made the moves when it comes to like bolstering the main lineup, then if you're filling out the rest of the lineup, cool, you bring in Ahmed, bring him
Hmm.
back just to have as just a depth bench piece.
And Horner would play more than Rosario would anyway,
Hmm.
right? So, and that's a given. And if they happen to flip freaking, let's just say they flip McMahon
Ryan McMahon.
and they bring in Donovan, you could bring in Horner and play him at third and move Donovan to left field because he plays out
Yeah.
too. He does that too.
That's what that's why Donovan is realistic because of his versatility. And you know how Brian Cashman loves to get people that can play multiple positions.
Yeah. And like shit, I mean Horner is not that expensive. Donovan's not that expensive. You can kill two birds with one stone and still
Mhm.
pay half the amount you would pay for Cody Bellinger for both of these guys.
What I'm interested to see tomorrow
Would you like?
is which one of the big fishes are going to sign first.
Do you think one of them will sign tomorrow?
Yeah,
Any what's your gut telling you who might be the big fish?
I think just because I think it's going to be Tucker, Pete Alonso, and then Cody Bellinger. That's how I think it's going to want. That's how I think it's going to line up. That's how it's going to end up having. Now I have egg on my face, and they don't sign at all, and they and they keep they keep waiting. But I would say if it was tomorrow, if they were to sign, I think Tucker is signing first. He sets the market. Pete Alonso is going to decide whether he goes to Queens or to Boston. If he goes to Queens, Cody Bellinger is a Yankee. If he goes to Boston, Cody Bellinger most likely would be a Met.
Okay. Well, there it is, man. There, I like that, man. Well, I still, I still like. I mean, I'm gonna be live tomorrow night tomorrow as well. I'm gonna be live every night. So
Copy.
hopefully,
I'll jump live with you tomorrow. I'm gonna be live while I'm there at the meeting on both TikTok and YouTube. I may be live on TikTok and just mirror it onto YouTube, or just be live on YouTube. So make sure you guys are following Uptown Sports TV on YouTube, Uptown Sports TV on TikTok. Go to latinosports.com, check out all of our articles, Latino Sports on Instagram. I got more stuff that we post there. Just to let you know, guys know, Latino Sports, we've been around since 1990, presenting the Latino MVP award in Major League Baseball. This is an award that is sponsored with Major League Baseball ever since 2016, and we will be at the World Baseball Classic. We are in talks with Major League Baseball and the people that run the World Baseball Classic to present an award to Ruben Sierra and Juan Igor Gonzalez. So be on the lookout. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Let's go.
Hector, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure, brother. Love you, man. And
Love you too, bro.
we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow night, man. And if you find out anything during the day, you can shoot it my way. And if you have anything you want to share via text, feel free to share it, brother. I won't tell
Oh
anything.
yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna text you what I was talking about earlier. Sorry to
All good,
tease the
dude.
people.
All good, man. But let's say it again, gang. I'll tell you all too. If anything happens throughout the day in the morning, you'll get feeds. You'll get updates no matter what. You'll get the live news as soon as I get the details. You'll get it. I promise
Oh
you.
shit. I want to shout out my guy Mikey Mazza. I didn't even see him in the chat. Mikey
No,
Mazza, 4 Train Express in the building.
we don't have anything more right now, Maz, on the Donovan trade, right? I mean,
No, not right now.
that could be something again. That could be something. Could be something that happens tomorrow, for all we know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking down to see if we find anything right now. No, I don't know. We're just gonna wait and see. Tomorrow, I think, will be a better day than today.
Yes, sir.
Well, they're just baking the cake. We're gonna put the frosting on the next couple of days. So
Yankee boy number 7, El Consigliere.
yeah, the Consigliere's in the building. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace and love to all of you. Appreciate all of you coming on. Hit the like button on the way. Make sure you subscribed to Hector, Yankees Morning Brew. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to the 4 Train Express. Make sure you subscribe to the Strike Zone, Ace Avenue, all the key members that are in here. Yankees Ugly Truth. Got to give love to the family. We're gonna take care of our family. So appreciate all of you.
Yes, sir.
Peace and love, gang. Go Yankees. See you tomorrow.
Deuces.
Let's go. Here we go.